We have breaking news out of the Indianapolis Colts organization. Phillip Rivers will be signing with the Indianapolis Colts to be leading the Colts into the playoffs and potentially to a Super Bowl. That is according to my source.
Says.
All indications and all reports last night out of the building when Phillip Rivers came up to Indianapolis on his birthday after a call from Chris Ballard saying, hey, we need somebody that knows this offense. Can you still spin it? Phil Rivers was on the Dan Patrick Show before this season started and talked about how back in 2021, 2022, there was a couple teams that were calling late in the season, so he stayed in fighting shape. And then he never officially retired. And then when Antonio Gates went into the Hall of Fame, he was recording a bunch of videos and he was like, hey, can I just do the whole retirement thing here now? And then he was asked, can you still spin it? He go, I might be a little heavier now, but yeah, I can certainly, I still put the pads on every once in a while. I still go out and feel it, how I feel it. Well, he's going to be doing that in an NFL game for the first time in 5 years. He's currently a semifinalist for the Hall of Fame. That'll go away. That'll be pushed for another day because what he needs to do now is continue to build his Hall of Fame resume. Super Bowl champion, still lingering, lurking in the future with this Indianapolis Colts team. Now, is he going to be able to move? No. Was he able to move the last time he played for the Colts? No. Led us to the playoffs. It was the best we had since Andrew Luck retired. Is he 44 years old and a grandfather? Of course he is. He's got 10 kids. At some point, one of his kids is going to have kids. What do you expect out of Phil Rivers? And on that note, I think he's more humbled now. I think he feels even better now. I think his shit-talking is at a max and maybe even up to date because he's got kids through every single generation. Mm-hmm. Watch him drop a 6-7 on one of these young little lads and kind of blow their mind. Look for the Indianapolis Colts to make a run here, okay, for Phil Rivers. Phil Rivers won't be the one running, but the Colts certainly will. D-Butt, you were in on the internet. I saw it. Yeah. I reposted it last night.
Don't believe what you see on the internet.
You were at just a few moments ago. Mm-hmm. But on that note, knows the offense. Can hopefully put us in the best position for every single play. Mm-hmm. Riley Leonard was able to run, able to throw. I assume he's still there if we need him. Maybe they just don't think he's ready to be the guy yet. And they view this as a season they have to make the playoffs, I think. Like, I think there was a lot of expectations for, I don't want to say jobs, but the future of the Indianapolis Colts going into this year. Big three, new ownership. 3 Irsay daughters take over the team full-time because Jim Irsay passes away. Rest in peace, Jim. We all miss and love you, brother. But on that note, this is their team. They've invested a lot of shit, gave up first-round draft picks, paid a lot of people. They think they're still in it. 8 wins still. Yeah. Right now they have 8 wins. Mm-hmm. So they make this move. You think they made this move. Why? And what do you think ultimately this means?
I mean, honestly, they made this move because they felt like this was the best option out there. And you look at the quarterbacks available. I mean, only guy that comes to mind is like Ryan Tannehill. So they probably, and the thing you mentioned and most important at this point on the week 15 is he knows the offense, he knows the checks, he can get in and out of protections, he knows what Shane wants to do. So that's a good thing. But 5 years is a long time. 44 years old. I mean, we saw Tom do it, but you know that was Tom Brady who had never stopped playing. So this is huge. This will be a huge challenge. But he will be on the same page with the coach, and we'll see.
Coach, your thoughts quickly.
Yeah, I think what you just said, Tom was playing.
Yeah.
And never stopped. Stopping for 5 years and coaching high school ball, it'll keep you in a little bit of shape, but it ain't NFL shape.
So
I think he's going to struggle.
Okay. Everybody has those thoughts. The Colts have been struggling. Yeah. Can the Colts get back on track with the Rivers wagon? I'm hoping so. We got primetime Monday Night Football game. We haven't had that in a long time. 2 weeks in the Loud House.
That's awesome, yeah.
Let's go ahead and get after it. Seattle's defense, Niners defense, Texans defense, Jags defense. Want some? Come get some from fucking Grandpa. That's what we got. That's all we got. It's time to go. A 44-year-old starter for the Indianapolis Colts going forward. Signed on his birthday, it appears, which was just yesterday. First time in 5 years he'll be a part of NFL action, and I want to let you know we're pumped up about it. This guy can spin it, he can talk it, he can live it, and we'll see if he can do it. Now, tough defenses around the corner. Seattle Seahawks, their head coach is a defensive guy. They're very good.
Very good.
Very good.
All right, around.
San Francisco 49ers, they have an old head coach as their defense coordinator who became a head coach because of how good he was as a defense coordinator, and they got a good defense regardless of who's hurt. That's in primetime Monday Night Football at home against San Francisco 49ers. Texans defensive head coach, D'Amico Ryans. Really good. Best maybe in history. Maybe the best defense in the history of the NFL. That might actually be how the season ends for the Houston Texans. So you got the Seahawks, you got the Niners, you got the Texans, and you got the Jags who would just beat us. That's all they do is just beat us. That's what Phil Rivers is staring down. Phil Rivers got grandkids. You think he's scared of any of that? Absolutely not. This man knows that the first ballot Hall of Fame conversation that he was about to be a part of wasn't probably going to go in his favor. It's probably going to be working against him a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now he says, hold on. I can go win a daggum Super Bowl? Yes, you can. Jonathan Taylor's still in the backfield. That offensive line can still do it, and they definitely will. And they're going to have to. Very, very well. They're going to have to win the Super Bowl, actually. We got Michael Pittman still. We got Dahn still. We got dogs all over the place. Alec Pierce? Yeah, right, Phil. Just throw it. The great white hope will catch it if you just put it to his half of the field. And then on the defensive side, yeah, we're out two corners that we made massive plays to go get for the foreseeable future. Ward's out. Again.
Yeah, for
maybe.
Oh, boy, JSN this weekend.
Didn't even talk about that side of it.
Gonna need you here, Sauce.
Well,
hey,
if Phil can do it, Sauce can do it.
Yeah, you better pick up. You better stand up, Sauce. Don't want to hear about no calf.
Sauce needs to get healthy. Okay, Sauce needs to get healthy. DeForest Buckner needs to get healthy. That defense is certainly going to have a tall task with Sam Darnold reincarnated as a great quarterback here, as he's been for the last couple of years, and maybe a wide receiver who's going down to be one of the greatest of all time. So it's a tough road, but the Colts still got to hope that they can make the playoffs in the Super Bowl, and the Colts are trying. And that's what I like. Phil Rivers announced on this show as the new quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. Talks tables here at Boston Connor, Nat Ty Schmidt. Yeah, Connor, life's good for you, huh? Young quarterback.
Yeah,
new coach, culture kind of setting in.
But we had this conversation this morning. I mean, there's guys in this office that are already thinking like, Gunnar Rivers might be a really good quarterback for our franchise going forward. But I love that they're trying. Now, the Colts doing it is cool. I just had a very scary thought of Nick Emanwari coming off the corner and Phil Rivers maybe not seeing him, or maybe thinking that he's got an extra second or two. But times have changed. But seeing those highlights, I mean, shit, if the Colts bring T.Y. Hilton back in too, him and Phil might light it up.
T.Y. coaching in high school
he's a
by
head
Mike
football
King.
coach.
Yeah, maybe actually T.Y. would like to say he could play probably for the rest of his life. He could give you a game or two if he needed to for the rest of his life because of his athleticism. So maybe we do get. I think J.J. Watt also playing for the Texans in some of these clips. So I mean, there's stuff that's going to. He's not actually. You were looking. I don't like that.
No, he's not. I look.
It's been 5 years. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's a super. Is he really? Jage was playing for the Houston Texans. No. He's right at the bottom of the screen. Yes, he is.
Yeah, I thought.
Oh my God, he had a whole different career with another team.
What?
Yeah, his last year was the COVID year, right? With the Texans, I mean.
Did he go back to the Texans?
No. Nope. That's before Cardinals, before retirement, before media career, before ownership of multiple soccer teams in Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, join us now. This guy might have a cooler head on this entire thing. All-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, a man who has an immense amount of respect for the new quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. I know that because I know that he knows ball. Ladies and gentlemen, A.J. Hawk.
Yeah.
I do. You guys are wrong. I don't know why you guys are sitting here worried about it. Phil might be 44 years old. He was never – was he Michael Vick early in his career? Like, come on. The dude can still slang it. He still knows what defenses are trying to do. So I think it's a great pickup. I mean, who else are they going to get? There's nobody else out there.
Hell yes. I feel the same exact way. I want to let you know. I feel for the situation. Now, if this does not go well, okay, I was there, vastly different story. Peyton Manning, training camp. I get summoned down to the training room. I've told this story before. Had a great offseason. I had a great offseason. A lot of fun this offseason. I had a blast. Punter for the Colts. Peyton Manning's quarterback. Life's pretty good. I get summoned down to the training room, into a back room. Peyton's got wires all over his shit. It is a dark room. Okay, and I'm basically told the information like, hey, I'm not for a while. I've got to get this figured out. Oh, no, I say. I am not prepared to be doing my job as much as it appears as if I'm going to have to do. Now, we would be about a game and a half away from breaking the all-time punt record that season. So my immediate response was the right one. Like, oh, no, we're about to be working a lot. I hope you're okay. We signed Kerry Collins out of the hunting. I think he was in a blind. I think he was actually in a hunting blind whenever he was called by Bill Polian. Bill Polian had him in Carolina, so he still had a connection. Kerry Collins was very retired, very okay with whatever his life was at the time, having a blast. Okay, just Who knows? Okay, out there doing it. I like Kerry. He was really cool to me and very nice to me. And there's some stories about Kerry Collins just getting after it, whatever it is, that whole thing. So Kerry Collins also could spin it. So Bill Polian wanted a veteran quarterback whenever it was kind of learned and found out that Peyton wasn't going to be there anymore.
Oh, I remember.
So he brings in Kerry Collins. Okay, so Kerry Collins is now our quarterback. I'll tell you what, that did not last long. Kerry Collins, okay, we're right here. And I think it was JJ maybe week 1. I think it was actually JJ Watt.
Yeah, I got
clear, bang, boom, head off ground.
I'll holler at you.
Yeah. Good season, Kerry.
Concussion. And I don't know if it was week 1 or week 2 or his first game or second game or third game, however it ended up working out. But I know we called him out of very retirement, forced him to play.
Oh, no.
I think they made him an offer. That was like very good. Like Kerry was like, I'm not doing it. And then they were like, how about this? All right, man, I guess I'll have to
See you tomorrow.
And then he gets just absolutely.
I think Kerry had some concussion issues like earlier in his career, though. I don't remember Phil. Has Phil sat out ever or had any situations?
I'm not talking about Phil Rivers getting concussed. I'm just talking about you bring somebody out of retirement.
What if they yank him from the Hall of Fame nominations?
Just for what?
It goes so bad. Like, geez, Louise, I can't believe we even nominated this guy.
Oh, you think 5 years from now they're going to remember these next 4 weeks?
What happens if this situation happens to Phil?
No, that's a negative way to look at it.
What if he wins a ring?
Bingo.
What if he gets a ring and then he's guaranteed in first ballot? We know that.
Thank you, AJ. That's Super Bowl champion. I'm thinking about maybe dusting off the old cleats to get on this Phil Rivers Super Bowl wagon that we about to. I wouldn't pass any of the tests, but I would at least be maybe on the team whenever I can kind of, at the end, spin my way into getting a ring. But yes,
he'll be an emergency quarterback too. So
I'm worried.
What if he goes into Seattle? Daunted Seattle Seahawks defense and fan base and everything. Team unbelievable. They're trying to win a Super Bowl. They're actually a part of the NFC part that we can see and beats them.
I can see it.
Phil Rivers undefeated right now as the Indianapolis Colts quarterback, as a grandfather. Then all of a sudden we got the Niners in primetime on Monday Night Football. What are they going to talk about all day leading up to that primetime game? Oh, Phil Rivers last week against the Seattle Seahawks defense. Nobody saw it coming. Skipping rocks all over the place. They actually picked him up and carried him down the field. He threw a deep ball to Alec Pierce. They were worried he wasn't going to be able to get there in time for a delay of game. So Jonathan Taylor put his ass on his shoulder. Leftwich. Carried him down, dropped him into the shotgun. He did it again. That was our 2-minute offense. Boom, boom, boom. That's how we beat Seattle. Then Monday Night Football, prime time. Who's the coordinator? Bob Saleh. Well, Bob Saleh isn't sleeping for 2 weeks knowing that 44-year-old Phil Rivers got him in prime time. So all of a sudden we beat Seattle and San Francisco.
Oh.
Hold the phone. And I don't know if we have the Texans first or the Jags first, or the Jags first, then the Texans first.
Jags, I believe.
Yep.
Jags first. Phil Rivers knows what they've done to us and everything. And Phil Rivers coming off a 2-game heater, which he's going to be on.
Yeah, 900 yards, 9 touchdowns.
Dadgumming everybody.
Yeah.
So many dadgums.
So much gum.
Oh, my God. And kneeling it out, talking snuff before the final snap.
Yep.
Oh, these young bucks have no idea what's coming out of this old man's mouth. He's been elite trash talker for 20, 30 years, I guess, pushing 40 years now.
Yeah.
He's been an elite trash talker pushing 40 years now. So the division games at the end, let's just go ahead and say we beat the Texans' #1 defense in the history of the NFL, and the Jacksonville Jaguars gets in the playoffs. All of a sudden, next time Phil Rivers is up 5 years from now, I think they say, and remember, as a 44-year-old, he went into Indianapolis, took down the 4 toughest defenses to end the regular season, got into the playoffs, won the whole fucking thing. Built him a statue. Got to be first ballot. That's what's possible.
So
Tear down the Peyton.
Next to him.
Put up the Phil. Oh, okay.
Next to him.
Why not us? Why not?
What's more
Punch.
possible? What's more possible, the Kerry Collins ending or the movie ending you just laid out there?
I saw the Kerry Collins ending. That was a documentary. I was right there in the middle of it all. So it's going to be hard for me to say that something else is more possible. Because
There is a chance,
You
though,
got me.
D-Butt, right? You're saying there is a chance, though, that Phil leads him to a ring. Right, D-Butt?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a chance.
I'm in now. That whole scenario just played out as you were saying it. Closed my eyes, kind of saw the movie reel running. I'm so in.
Think about Seattle. Think about Seattle, him going in there, the loudest place. And Phil's actually doing this number here before the first one. Man, it's great to be back in here. God. Yeah, it's all happening.
It's Darnold with a Hey,
Can't
good luck
wait.
today, Sam. Darnold just does not recover. Seahawks finish 10-7.
Ghosts.
Yeah, everywhere.